Welcome to Dad Crossing, a podcast about animals. Today we're going to talk about...
Whoa. Dan, what are you doing?
Well, we're doing our podcast. We're talking about Animal Crossing, aren't we?
No, Dan, no. This isn't Dad Crossing.
No, you're right. Yeah, this is Okay, I'm sorry. I got the days mixed up. I don't know what's going on.
Dan, this is Monthly Mayhem. Welcome to Monthly Mayhem, where we are the dads who score. I'm John. Drew is on vacation again. And so we're going to the bullpen for this wrap-up show with professional Borderlands enthusiast and Taco Bell spokesperson, Dan Caparello. Dan.
Oh, yes. Also on vacation, but perpetually because I'm full-time freelance now. Thank you.
Yes, you are. You're the good kind of on vacation.
Yeah.
How are you doing? Are you getting work out there?
Oh, dude. Yeah, I've been really busy, actually, which is such a huge blessing. Gosh, I'm so happy that this is working out because, I mean, you got to take care of your family. You know what I mean? This is Nintendo Dads. We got to take care of your family. That's got to be first priority. So the fact that I'd have work consistently so far, I mean, I'm over the moon. So I'm happy. I'm good.
That's good. I feel like the more you talk, the less work you have. Like, we can tell when you're busy. And then, like earlier, we can tell when you're not busy when you're describing like your shits to us.
Well, yeah, you could. Yes, and no. Let's just leave it at that.
No, yes. Okay, Dan. Welcome to the show. That is your first Mayhem. We just wrapped up a really fun Mayhem month. We did Paper Mario. And we did Donkey Kong Country, and what made that month unique is that both games counted for the same amount of points, right? Usually the on the Super Nintendo or the NES game is kind of like, hey, if you can't play the game, you can play this. And but this time around, you could have played either. And the reason why you are subbing on the show today is because you have a long history with Donkey Kong Country, and you are quite the fan.
Well, it was my first Super Nintendo game. I was a little too young when the Super Nintendo launched, so I don't even have that much of a memory of Mario World or Pilot Wings or F-Zero or any of the launch titles. I got my Super Nintendo with Donkey Kong Country, and it just
it was bundled with.
Yeah, the bundle, the big green box. I keep trying to find a cheap version of that box to buy an affordable in-box version of that just to have, but those things that's astronomical for a piece of cardboard.
Right.
But that was my Super Nintendo, so Donkey Kong Country was the only game I had for probably a year. My first year with the Super Nintendo, and really it's all I needed. I mean, it was I was young but I could still beat it. It wasn't an impossible task. It's not a super hard game. It's not, you know what I mean? I was, gosh, how old was I? I want to say I was like 9, 10, 11 maybe. And I didn't play very many hard games as a kid. I don't know. It just wasn't my thing. I wanted to be able to feel like I was getting somewhere.
I mean, all the games were hard when we were kids. When I was a kid, every game was balls hard. Like that's what it was, because otherwise the game was 5 minutes long, and so it had to be super hard. Nowadays, not so much. But Donkey Kong Country, was Donkey Kong Country hard to you?
Not too well. So I would have to say Donkey Kong Country, because it was the first system and first game that was mine. Like, my big brother had an NES, and he had Mario and Dragon Warrior, and we played I don't know, that one Jeep game. We played Contra and stuff like that. But it was really just hand my brother a controller and let me do all the work is what it was.
Yeah,
I was the little brother in that scenario. So Donkey Kong Country was my first, like, this is my game, and I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna get as much out of this as I can. So maybe it was incredibly difficult back then, but I just couldn't play anything else. I just hammered away at it, you know? And there's so much to love about Donkey Kong Country. I mean, just the music alone, expertly crafted. Bill Weiss at his best, and Bill Weiss. Okay, I don't know if that.
I
you
don't
know
know.
what?
I don't get into the music the way other people do. Everyone knows the composers no, it has great music.
Yeah, and especially for the Super Nintendo, it was just super robust and ethereal and went all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And the graphics were one of a kind and just kind of drew you in. And at that time, graphics were everything. I mean, your game could be garbage, but it as if it looked pretty, then you were going to sell copies.
Right.
Luckily, Donkey Kong Country wasn't garbage. Although I will confess, or I will say that it is pretty much a Mario clone. All it is a side-scrolling platformer. You don't have, I mean, your power-ups are limited. You have a few animals you ride. You're going left to right, and you're beating bosses, and you're going through worlds. It's a Mario clone.
Yeah, I heard that story recently. Like, was it Miyamoto who didn't like Donkey Kong Country because he said it was like too much like Mario? And I remember thinking, no, it isn't. And then I played through it, and I don't know if I believe it. I mean, I think there's definitely some elements that are the same, but it feels really, I don't know, it feels really different to me. Although the thing I noticed in playing it again is a lot of the new, and maybe I'm just going crazy, but like, I played Tropical Freeze most recently, and was trying to 100% it, so I was in the game for a while. And Donkey Kong's very heavy, but in Donkey Kong Country, yeah, I don't know if you think it, like, I don't feel like those mechanics are in play. He's very limber and very quick in this one.
There is a little bit. It's very toned down, but Diddy Kong does jump slightly higher and further, just slightly. And you can tell there's some bonus areas that are only accessible with Diddy Kong.
Correct.
And then Donkey Kong is the only one who can jump on certain enemies to kill them. And Diddy Kong can't. So there's a little bit of that.
Right.
And they definitely turned that up to 11 in the Tropical Freeze and Returns games. But I think really what is surprising is that Nintendo, being a company where they just love to experiment. I mean, you play Super Metroid and it's totally different from Zelda, and it's totally different from Star Fox, and that's totally different from Fire Emblem. And then you have Donkey Kong Country and Super Mario World that are like, well, they're both 2D side-scroller. What do we do with these things? And so the story goes that Miyamoto was at Rare and he was like, this is Mario. What are you guys doing? Like, do something unique. So Miyamoto gets his team together and they make Yoshi's Island to kind of say like, okay, guys, this is how you make a unique 2D platformer. And he's not wrong. Like, I believe the story because at its core, Donkey Kong and Super Mario World are not too dissimilar. You have things you ride. It's a platformer. That's not a knock against the game. It's not a knock against the game at all. I think that as far as platformers go, it's expertly crafted. And you have the minecart levels and stuff like that and all kinds of different stuff going on. But it's just that game has such a special place in my heart, and it will never go away. That's just my opinion on Donkey Kong Country.
Well, it definitely came across on the stream. Like I don't have a great memory, and I can play a game, I can play it all the way through, and then like a week later, if I started it again, I'd only remember like a few parts of it. Like I just can't. And when I was watching you stream, I mean, you're just like narrating the whole thing, and you're like, okay, this level's coming up, and we got to jump over here. This guy's gonna come. Like, it's like, how does he know this? And you obviously say you play it like at least once or twice a year.
Yeah, at least once a year.
Yeah. I was surprised in playing it again. I think it was like a few years ago. Was it on the SNES Classic? It is,
yes,
right?
It was. That's how I played it on stream.
Okay. So on the SNES Classic, I was playing around with it, and I played Donkey Kong Country, and I remember playing it and going, wow, this game aged badly. Like, the graphics weren't as amazing to me.
Yeah.
The mechanics and all that.
It looked a lot better on a blurry CRT. Like, it looked straight up like Toy Story when I was a kid. In my kid mind, there was no difference between Toy Story and Donkey Kong Country.
Right.
It was the same freaking graphics. I was blown away.
Well, what's interesting is that when I played it again, and I played it for like a half hour when we were just preparing for the Mayhem, and I was like, well, you know what? This isn't so bad. This is actually pretty fun. And like obviously the graphics are, you know, a bit aged, of course, because they were like very specifically done. Like, is it rotoscoping? Is that like what they call it?
I don't know.
It's obviously all
they made 3D models. Yeah, the pre-rendered 3D models that they turned into sprites, just like Mortal Kombat, except they took pictures, and Clay Fighter they made clay models, except these are 3D renders.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think it does actually now hold up well because the platforming is fun. And another thing that I didn't realize, like I said, especially after playing some of the later Donkey Kong games, especially Tropical Freeze, the levels are really short. Like you go through a level and I was like, oh, there's the K, and then like 3 seconds later, there's an O, and you're like, wait, you know, how long is this level?
And the only,
but I love that.
The only part of the game that just totally makes me want to stop playing, because I love this game. I'll play it all the way through. I mean, you watch me do it on stream. Is the first 4 levels of Glacier, whatever the snow world is, are just brutal after brutal after brutal after brutal, and you have to go through all 4 or 5 of those levels before you get to the save point. So as a kid, I probably was there with a save point for probably 6 months to a year before I finally beat it and got to a save point.
Right.
Because, I mean,
you couldn't get through all of the levels.
That was where I was stuck the longest on stream, too. Probably the most deaths in that little 5-level span, because it just... just nobody likes snow levels. They're too slippery. Why would you do that to a platformer?
Why would you do it? And how do they get to snow levels? And they're just walking along this island, and like suddenly it's snowy.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense in context because you're at like the peak of the island, right? Like the top. So on the mountain.
Just don't look like you're walking that long. I don't know.
But my thing, and I complained about this on stream, it's just like, why would you teach me all the mechanics and physics up to this point, and then World 4 comes along and you're like, guess what? Throw all that out the window, start from scratch. Now you slip and slide all over the frickin' place. Why would you do that?
I like the variety. My favorite part of the game is the minecarts, and they can be infuriating. But I think the minecarts is what makes the game so good, because it does break it up a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. And the water levels. None of the water levels are particularly difficult. It's really just a breath of fresh air in the middle of absolute chaos and mayhem.
Yes, and the I love the music of the water levels too. I don't remember a lot of music, but like I always remember that music. It's just so peaceful.
David Weiss. Sorry,
you heard it here.
Not Bill. David. My brain likes that stuff.
So clarify for me, this game, paradoxically, you can get 101%. What's the difference between 100% and 101? So
I'm not very well versed in this, so I'll give you just like a broad like umbrella view of what I know, which is that there is a certain bonus level where there's a bonus level within a bonus level. And it's there's some kind of glitch where if you do the double bonus level on your first play through that level, it counts it as 2%. That'll give you an extra 1%. But if you beat that level, then try to go back and get the double bonus, it will not count it as 2%. It counts as 1%. Okay. So the only way to get 101% is to do that one bonus level, that double bonus level, the first time you play it, which is really easy to do with rewind and save states nowadays. But back in the day, it's like trying to get that on your cartridge is just the worst.
Right. So it's a glitch. I mean, it's not.
It's a little bit intentional. I don't think it was intentional, and I may be misspeaking here because I don't know too much about it. I don't even know where it is in the game necessarily. But
it's odd.
Yeah, it is very odd, and I think the funny thing is, I think future Donkey Kong Country games kind of followed that pattern. Like you can get 101% in Donkey Kong 64, but it's just kind of like a little nod to Donkey Kong Country. Like it's like if you think you're at 100%, but really you have one more to go.
Is it like a Pee Wee Herman thing? It's like I meant to do that. Like we're totally meant to do that. What? So we'll do it again. Look.
Yeah, sure. See, exactly. It's our thing. We're everything we do is intentional.
Sweet. We had about half of our competitors. What is the breakdown here? We had 5 people Paper Mario, and 7 people play Donkey Kong Country. So this was obviously the first month where we had more people play the SNES game. I think, I mean, there's definitely people that played both games. Don't get me wrong. And in Mayhem, you could only enter in for one.
Sure.
There certainly was a benefit to playing Donkey Kong Country because it was a lot shorter.
Yes.
The effort to get every Toad in Paper Mario is way more than 101% in Donkey Kong. And I would say, because you could replay levels to increase your percentage, right, in Donkey Kong Country.
Yes.
But not necessarily get the 101. But like you said, the rewind feature makes that a lot easier. So
yeah, basically breaks the game at that point. It's like, oh, I missed one. Let me just go back and whatever. Yeah. And you can't do that with Paper Mario, except Paper Mario's more of like a Korok seed hunt, right?
It is, yeah. So I'll talk a little bit about Paper Mario. We did a full review of it on our episode 16 and a half a few weeks ago. That was really fun. It was like Drew and I and Jesse, and it was a good time going through that game. It was, God, I think it was about 50 hours or something like that. And I'm a Paper Mario fan. I've played through, I think, every Paper Mario except for the original one, ironically, because I'd go back and play Paper Mario 64. I'm pretty sure I didn't play that game. I should check, but
we won't get into Nintendo 64 opinions on this particular.
Yeah, we won't. But I can't go back and play any N64 game. But it is weird that I played Thousand Year Door and Super Paper Mario, and those were the games that really just made me love Paper Mario. I can't say that, like, in any Paper Mario game that I've played, that I really love it, but I don't hate them either. I actually was okay with Sticker Star and Paper Jam. I think some people forget how bad Paper Jam is. I think Sticker Star just gets the brunt of the pain. But Paper Jam was not only not great, but went way longer than it should. It was one of those games where it's like, okay, this should be the end, and then like 10 hours later, it was over.
Yeah.
I have to say though, this is the first Paper Mario in a while that, like, I would recommend to people. It was a fun time, and there was a lot of challenge in this game. But much like Mario Odyssey, this is a game where you should, if you play it, you should try to find all the Toads. Obviously, in this game, there's all these hidden Toads, and there's a lot of hidden Toads, like a ton of hidden Toads. They're everywhere, especially in the earlier levels too. So this is a game you should try to find everything that's hidden, because that's just the fun of it, and it really exercises finding every little thing in the game. And they make it easy to find things. There's radars and stuff like that. So when we did the rules for Mayhem, we said, let's just find all the Toads, because it's hard for games like this to come up with rules for Mayhem. There's no score or anything like that.
Right. Yeah, it's a story-driven game. You're gonna get beginning, middle, end. There's no score.
Yeah. So we didn't actually think a lot of people would find all the Toads. We weren't sure, because we were doing this contest before the game was released. We weren't sure anybody could find all the Toads. And we had a lot of people find all the Toads. And the funny part is that one of the concerns we always have with this is you could do something in a game, but you may not be able to show that in a statistical result. And in this case, showing your percentage of Toads caught, there's no way to know what the number is. It doesn't tell you caught 600 of them. It shows you the percentage in every single area. And there's a bunch of areas. There's like 30 to 40. So luckily, nobody had to send us multiple screenshots. We couldn't even say, just tell us how many you got. You don't have to take a picture, and we'll just take your word for it. Unless you won, then you need to prove it. So everybody that played Paper Mario found all the Toads. So thanks, guys. Oh
my gosh.
You made life easy for everybody.
First place tie for 7 people. 5 people, whatever. Yeah.
But I mean,
Amazing.
I was so thankful because I didn't even know how we were going to calculate the rest. It was bizarre, but
ridiculous.
But I had a great time playing Paper Mario.
I should play it. I mean,
you should play it.
I haven't played a Paper Mario game since Super Paper Mario for no other reason than just something else was out that I was more interested in. Yeah. I beat the crap out of Super Mario RPG and Paper Mario on the N64, Thousand Year Door, Super Paper Mario, and then some reason I just fell off. So this one seems like the one to bring me back.
Sometimes you with a lot of games like this, you're like, I got to get started, and I'm going to be involved in it for like 30 hours, and
as soon as I'm done with Borderlands, John, I'm gonna jump right in.
What year is that going to be? I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of games to play.
Yeah, it is really good. I can't tell you like, I'm not going to be someone to say, oh, Dan, you got to play Paper Mario, but it is a good quality experience. It's fun. It's colorful. And like I said, you have to just try to find all the toads. Just try to be a completionist about the game. I think you'll enjoy it a lot more. Otherwise, you're going to be going through the game going, I just want to finish. And then it's like, oh, go do this. And it's like, oh, geez.
How many hours to get all the toads, do you think?
It was like 45 to 50.
Okay, that's not too bad.
It's going to depend on the player. But like I said, I love completionist games. It's like to a fault. I'll play a game like Paper Mario and you realize they're counting your toads and it's like, oh, I gotta find that. This happened to me today. I started playing Burnout Paradise and I drove through a bulletin board, Dan. And in any situation, you just drive through a bulletin board. It's just driving through a bulletin board and it comes up and it's like bulletin board 1 out of 120.
Oh,
and
no.
I'm like, shit. Like, I'm going to have to find all these bulletin boards, aren't I?
Now you're on the hook.
Yeah. So in Paper Mario, their stats screen comes up and it says percentage of Marios found. And you're like, okay, cool. And then you realize it's percentage of hidden blocks found, percentage of, this and that. There's like a whole bunch of things.
Wow.
And you're just like, oh, my God. And in the earliest levels, especially the first world, there are hidden toads everywhere. They are everywhere. And I remember Jesse early on saying there's something you get that helps you find toads, like a little radar. And it's like, okay, that's cool. Because I like doing completionist games, but I like doing completionist games that give you some kind of hint. Like, I don't want to be walking around. Like, imagine if you're playing Breath of the Wild and you had to find all the Koroks and you had no kind of radar, right? Which I think might have been the way it was originally. But
yes. I think they added that as DLC, yeah. And just thank God.
So I had no interest in finding the Koroks in the beginning, but if you have like a little bit of a radar, well, now if you can just do your business, walk around, and then you'll hear a little beep, and then you can stop and go, oh, there's a Korok in the area. Let me find it.
Yeah, for sure.
But my God, imagine you get down to the way it always is. You come down to one Korok left, and it's like, okay, this Korok is somewhere in this world, and or you can look up a guide, and it's like, how are you going to look through the list of like 800 Koroks to find the one you didn't find? Never will.
And well, that's the thing, right? Like, I don't have time. I do not have time in my life for that. That's not something I want to spend my time doing. Give me the next game. I am done.
Yeah.
Beat the plot. Plot's done. That's just, if I had time to be a completionist, I might be, but I just know myself, and I will not allow myself to get that sucked in.
Yeah. And to clarify, I did not find all the Koroks. If I played Breath of the Wild,
somebody on Discord did. I forget who it was.
It's insane, though. If they had the little radar from the beginning, I might have been tempted. But then, like, when the DLC did it later, I was kind of done. I was playing the DLC stuff, but I was done with the game. There's so much I still haven't done in Breath of the Wild. I really do want to play through it again. But anyway.
Well, who won, John? Who the heck won this thing? Come on. Did I win? Tell me if I win.
First thing we're going to do is discuss the results of this one, and it is fascinating. We had 12 competitors, which is really good. That's a little bit above average. And like I said, we had 5 Paper Mario, and we had 7 Donkey Kong Country. And so the way we sort this is, apologies in advance, but I gave the Paper Mario player. Now, keep in mind, if there's a tie, doesn't matter, okay? And we'll talk about how we decided the winner. But in terms of ordering, I put the Paper Marios to the top because the Paper Mario players had to play about 50 hours, and the Donkey Kong Country players were playing 5 to 10 hours. So
Right.
I just want to give them that. Okay, you get that. You chose Paper Mario. Great job. We'll float you to the top. It won't help you win this contest, but we'll give you credit.
Hey, those brownie points. Everybody's looking for John's brownie points.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to start off 12th place, Chris HL 94 with a 18% in Donkey Kong Country. Welcome to the standings, Chris HL. In 11th place, who is this guy? Blockfort Retro.
Sounds like a real jerk.
52% on Donkey Kong Country. I think you were one of the fastest to beat the game.
Well,
but
it was weird. It was weird because I definitely streamed for at least 2.5 hours, but my in-game time says an hour and a half.
Yes.
So I don't know what the deal is with that, but I'll take the hour and a half. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's in-game time. So I think they're turning it off on every animation, every load screen. Yeah. So
Drew had me by 10 minutes. Then he had an hour 20, I think.
He was rewinding though. So
that freaking jerk. Never mind. Yeah. Never mind, you jerk.
In 10th place, Crazy Greek Dre, 90%.
Nice.
Donkey Kong Country again. In 9th place, your pal Nintendo with a very noticeable 100%.
Yeah, he was a little miffed about that one. just a little bit. I would be too, honestly.
Nick, you are not giving your 101% effort on this Mayhem. In 8th place, we had 3 players score 101% in Donkey Kong Country. I ranked them based on who did it fastest, so or who submitted their score first. So Super Nintendo 101%, great job. 7th place, the Mole, 3rd strongest mole, Sam, 101%, and then the quickest, just the quickest in submitting, Hambone Johnny, who I think made his debut with Clubhouse Games. He was awesome in Clubhouse Games. So we've got a competitor on our hands here. I think the Hambone Johnny is going to have a bright future in Mayhem. 101% Donkey Kong Country. So we have 3 perfect scores in Donkey Kong Country.
Good job, guys.
5th place. And I told you, every Paper Mario competitor got all the toads. 5th place, amazing. Sanny Rod 64. That's a hell of a job by Sanny Rod. 4th place, Drew, the missing Drew.
Yeah. Who is that guy?
He's like from this like small state nobody knows about on the East Coast. Yeah. He goes on a lot of vacations. He's got a lot of PTO at work,
Must be nice.
3rd place, much better looking guy, Zablanc. I got all toads. I did not think I would get all toads. I originally wasn't even going to play this game at launch because my wife was going to play. But then she was stuck. She was playing Ori, and I was like, I'll play Paper Mario. And she hasn't even started Paper Mario. So.
Oh my gosh.
But I didn't think I was going to try to go for all the toads, but it was just so fun trying to find all those toads. So, good game. 2nd place, Dat Fast catches all toads. But let me tell you what, Dan, Dat Fast ain't that fast because the fastest person to get all toads.
That was a good pun.
Jesse Waldeck. Laugher.
No way, dude.
Yes.
Hey, so an actual Nintendo dad on Monthly Mayhem. What do you know?
Exactly. Yeah, he's always the most active, and usually Jesse will post some like token score. He'll take one stab at a Mario Kart race and post his time, and that's it. He won't try to beat his score again. But yeah, Jesse, I was actually quite surprised that he just got addicted to finding all the toads, and he found them. It was like a week and a half or something. It was fast.
Amazing.
So Jesse was the fastest to submit all toads. Good job. But Jesse does not win. We don't do a tiebreaker based on time. We do a tiebreaker based on random chance.
That's the best kind
we
of
have, yes. We have 8 competitors that got a perfect score. 2 of the competitors are not eligible. Jesse is not eligible. The dads have declared themselves ineligible. I'm not sure if somebody has to tell Tim or not, because we've been doing this since before Tim became a Nintendo dad. So we'll leave that up to Tim. But anyway, he didn't submit a score. And then this month, I am ineligible because I won last month, and I don't want to win 2 months in a row. I am eligible in my own contest, but just not to creep everybody out, you know. And I'm so good. I'm a good gamer, Dan.
To creep everybody out even more than you already. I mean, because let's be honest.
Yes, I do creep people out, and I am you know what I'm more afraid of being biased about? The game selection. Like, I'm gonna play a game. Look, I'm not the best player in this group. You know, I think I'm pretty good, but I'm not the best. There's real good players in this group. And but the game selection, right? Like, am I gonna pick Bayonetta 3 when that comes out? We're gonna do a monthly Mayhem Bayonetta 3.
We probably will. I mean,
let's be honest.
If it's coming out anytime soon, there's nothing else to play. So what else are we gonna, you know?
And here's my little secret, Dan. I suck at Bayonetta. I love it. I'm terrible at Bayonetta. I am not an elite Bayonetta player. So if we did Bayonetta 3, I'd get my ass kicked.
Well,
but you know I'd play through it. So 6 of us are eligible. I put all of our names into a little wheel spinner. Actually posted it in the Discord group. And I clicked the randomizer. And the winner of monthly Mayhem
this is for 15
July and August for a $15 eShop card is Drew.
No, well, y'all are rigging this thing. Come on.
This is, you want to talk about rigging? This is Drew's first win.
Oh, that's right.
Mayhem. He has done it.
That's even funnier.
He has done it. And I think he one time had a perfect score. I can't remember what it was, and he lost the randomization too. So he's been on the tail end. I was shocked by it. I was like, oh, and this is the one episode Drew misses. He can't be here.
Well, congrats, Drew. We're excited with you, for you, and because of you.
You did it, Drew. So proud of you, Drew. So
that's a good vacation right there. Now you can relax.
Yep. He did it. This is his first win. He also had a lotto drawing win. So
go buy yourself a short hike or something.
Yeah, I told him that. I recommended that to him. Yes, he should. He's into PGA now. All right. So now here's what we do, Dan. Everybody else is gonna go into the lottery. Drew is not eligible here.
I'm in the lottery.
And here's how I organize the balls, Drew. Not Drew, Dan. You're Dan.
That's fine.
So say Mayhem for me. Can you say Mayhem?
Mayhem.
And you're not Drew.
No, I'm not Drew.
So here we go. Here's the way we get it.
I can dream, can't I, John?
You can dream. I'm going to explain this math. I confused the hell out of Drew last time. But here's what it is. We're going to take your max score in the game, and we're going to take your score and divide it by the max score. So here's how it works. You get 100 balls if you got a perfect score. Otherwise, we take your score and divide it by the perfect score. If you played Donkey Kong Country, we're taking your percentage and dividing it by 101, okay? And that is your score. And everybody who played Paper Mario got a perfect score. So everyone who played Paper Mario gets 100 balls, except for Drew, because he won. And then we have 99 balls for Nick, because he was just 1 percentage short.
Yeah.
Perfect score.
That guy is kind of 1 ball short, though, anyway, isn't he?
He's 1 ball short. Crazy Greek Dre with 89 balls. Chris HL94 with 17 balls. Blockfort Retro with 51 balls.
Let's do it.
And we took all of your balls and we threw them in. Oh, we also had Super Nintendo and Mole. Okay.
What color are the balls?
Okay, good. I just want to make sure everyone knows their balls are represented in this lotto.
What color are the balls?
And we put the balls in. We're gonna do a little. We're gonna do like old timey radio. We're rolling the balls over here. We're rolling. Give me a ball sound. Can you give me a ball sound? We're rolling the balls here. We're rolling. Okay, I'm stopping the balls. Gonna open up the little opening.
Hey, Poppy.
And I'm just gonna close my eyes and reach in, and I'm picking out a ball. And the winner of the July-August monthly Mayhem Lotto drawing is Nintendo.
Wow. See, y'all were going for that 101. Little did you know the magic number
was 100.
Was one ball short.
Nintendo wins the $10 eShop. This is his second lotto win. He's a lucky guy.
Yeah.
He's lucky.
Sure
and he had a win. What did Nintendo win? Oh, he beat me at Ring Fit. That son of a bitch. He beat me at Ring Fit, and then he won the lotto for the Luigi's Mansion Mayhem. So third win. We're starting to get a lot of repeat winners. We only have like 12 or 13 steady competitors.
Well, we need some fresh faces, I think. We need to get some new. If you're listening, you gotta jump in. Just
you gotta dethrone Nintendo, man.
You guys usually do a free an NSO online game, right? You do a Super Nintendo or an NES game. Just jump in and play. Just outstat somebody else. That's what you got to do. It's a stats game.
Hey, just last month in the Clubhouse Games one, Chris NL94, he was just playing Wild Arms, and he was stacked against him, and he won the lotto.
Right.
So
that's right. He had like just a few slots too. He didn't even have. Yeah. So. Yep.
And I think Brian S won the Super One More Jump Lotto the same way. He had a few balls, and he won. It was crazy. So it totally happens.
That's the way the ball drops, John.
That's the way the balls descend. So congratulations to our winners, Drew, the host of the tournament, whose idea was to play Paper Mario,
that's Dad Crossing invading. Yeah.
And then Dad Crossing's own Nintendo. Basically, both of our podcasting partners won. This is totally not fixed, guys. This is not.
Just got to get more. We're just the most involved. Y'all got to get involved. That's what it is. Start your own podcast.
Yeah. So pretty good. Now the question is, Dan, what is the game for next month? What do you?
I'm gonna announce the game. I'm gonna announce the game for next month. The next game, the game for next month's monthly Mayhem is Borderlands 2, baby. Pew, 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 pew. Roll that trailer, John. Roll the trailer. Go ahead.
In a world filled with guns, shoot people in the face in Borderlands. I don't know. That's what the game is, right?
It's a lot of shooting. Really, it's more like Diablo than Halo, but it's very much loot shooty. We're not here to talk about Borderlands. Everybody knows what it is. If you want to come play some more multiplayer Borderlands with me, just let me know because I'm always down. But that's not the game, is it?
Is it? No, maybe we'll make it. No. What would be the scoring for that? Like, is there they keep stats, right? Like, just kill the most people, or
so many freaking stats in that game. I don't even know, dude. Just like you could speed run it. You could do like most kills in a run. You could do like just level. Like what high a level can you get?
Oh boy. So we do.
There's a lot.
We've never done a game that rewarded like pouring in dozens and dozens of hours. We try to make it like fair or whatever, but it would be fun for just one Mayhem, like when Hades, when Hades comes out, right? Like it's kind of like a Diablo type game.
Yeah.
Just say highest level wins, and then just see who's gonna put in 200 hours just to win a $15 eShop card.
Hey, worth it,
Worth it.
That's a free game right there. That's money can't. Well, money can buy it, I guess. Well, whatever. Just play games.
That's a free, marginally good indie game. I think $15 will get you definitely get you some good games. In fact,
Dude, on sale, it'll get you a really good game. Dead Cells is $15 right now. That's like top notch.
Yeah, that's a good game. Do you buy indie games right away, or do you like? I will always put my indie games in my wish list. I used to be the guy who would always buy games the first day, even if it was like going to be more expensive, just to reward, them. But I often will put games that come out in my wish list, and I'll just wait for the first sale, whatever it is, and I'll buy it.
It really depends. It really, really depends for me. I mean, like What the Golf I bought day one because they just sold me on the concept. I was like, no, this is going to be fun and I'm going to have fun with this. So I'm going to buy this. But like, yeah, something like Dead Cells, I wasn't totally like, I'm not the biggest roguelike fan. So I was like, okay, well, if it drops far enough, I'll pick it up, throw it on my wish list. It finally dropped to $15. And I was like, yeah, that seems like a good snag. Or if I find a good deal on a physical copy of it, then I'll buy it for sure because I can always flip it if I don't like it. So
yeah, and you can share it. Yeah, I told you I was gonna buy Transistor this week for $35, and I looked on, it was $3.
Yeah,
for $4. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna buy it digitally. I never do, but it's $4.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so we are going to announce the game for September next week on the Dads After Dark show. So keep an eye out for that. I will let you know. This is a little insight. If you've been listening this long into the podcast, we have no idea what the game is going to be right now. We have
Borderlands
no clue.
2. Let's do it.
I mean, Borderlands 2 is the safe choice, but we have no idea what it's going to be. We need a game like Downwell. We need a cheapy game with little scoring system, easy way to grade it, some achievements for extra skill. I mean, that was the perfect game.
Really was.
Yeah, because you just have.
Wait, what's that one game? What's that one? Oh, it's like always $1, and it's really good, and it's just like a ball going up and down the screen.
Oh, Ding Dong.
Ding Dong.
Ding Dong, yo.
Ding Dong.
I have considered Ding Dong. I'm not even joking. I have considered it almost every single month we've done Monthly Mayhem.
I'm pretty sure it's cheap. Like 10 cents right now. Yeah.
It's super cheap. It's actually pretty fun.
It is really fun.
It is.
It's one of those games that you just want to okay, one more run. That's what it is. It is so simple.
This is the run. This is the one. I'm going to break my record. Oh, I unlocked a new ball. Let me do that one. But it would be perfect. It's a bit one-dimensional, but I think at some point we're going to do it. Maybe this is the month. And you can just do high score in singles, high score in doubles. How about that?
Good. Sounds great.
How about that? Should we just decide on that now?
I'm not Drew, so I don't want to overstep his bounds or anything, but yes, you should.
That was okay. I was testing you there, and you actually passed the test, and then you flunked the test. So anyway,
I tend to do that in life. I tend to,
Drew, I know Drew's listening because he wants to hear the episode where he gets in. He knew prior to the show that he was the winner. I told him to keep it a secret. I know he's listening. Drew, Ding Dong XL, maybe? What do you think? Just let me know. Okay?
Love you,
Text
Drew.
me.
Love you and your balls.
Love you, Drew. All right, that's going to wrap it up for this month. Anything else you want to say on this month, Dan? You had a good time with Donkey Kong Country.
Oh, man.
This is the part where I'm kind of cueing you to say something really positive about Monthly Mayhem.
I always have a good time. You guys convinced me to buy Clubhouse games, and I don't regret it. It was a good time. I beat, I think it was Frosticles. It was me one-on-one with air hockey, and I kicked his butt, and so that was just a good feeling. I'm looking forward to when I have a really good reason to play Super Metroid for the first time, so there's another plug for a game you guys should. You might actually get Tim to play a game if you do that.
Super Metroid is on SNES Online, right?
Yes,
or is that Metroid? It is.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm.
That might be a good one. That might be a good one. That's interesting.
But I love Monthly Mayhem.
Okay.
Keep it coming.
No, I like it. No, we're gonna require people to get a perfect score in Ding Dong XL.
What is that even? Like a billion?
Infinity.
Yeah.
I don't think it ends. Infinity. You need to score infinity. All right.
Speaking of the dads who score.
Speaking of the dads who score, infinity. All right. That about wraps us up. Keep listening. Keep listening. Next week we're gonna introduce the next game. Drew and Nick, just go claim your prize with Marty once you hear this, and congratulations, you guys. That's all for Monthly Mayhem. Later, dads.